WWE just pulled off the most disgusting betrayal in wrestling history, and Roman Reigns is at the center of a conspiracy so twisted that it makes the Montreal screwjob look like child's play. What happened at WrestlePalooza wasn't just a return, it was a calculated destruction of everything the Shield ever stood for, and the three men responsible just spat in the face of every single fan who believed in their brotherhood. You think you know what happened? You think Roman's comeback was some feel-good story? Think again. Because what I'm about to reveal will make your blood boil and prove that WWE has been lying to your face for months about the real reason Roman disappeared, who's been pulling the strings, and why Seth Rollins and Jon Moxley, are about to become the most hated men in professional wrestling. But before we expose this web of lies, let me ask you something. When was the last time WWE made you this angry? When was the last time a storyline made you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite wrestlers? Because after tonight, you're going to look at Roman Reigns differently, you're going to see the Shield's legacy crumble before your eyes, and you're going to realize that the biggest manipulation in WWE history has been happening right under our noses. The signs were all there, people. Every cryptic social media post, every mysterious absence, every time Roman looked uncomfortable during those Shield reunion segments, it was all leading to this moment. And the worst part? We were so busy celebrating the brotherhood that we missed the knife being sharpened behind Roman's back. Let's start with what really happened at WrestlePalooza, because what you saw on your TV screen was just the tip of the iceberg. When Roman's music hit and the crowd exploded, everyone thought they were witnessing the return of the tribal chief. But look closer at the footage, watch Roman's eyes when he first stepped through that curtain. That wasn't the look of a man happy to be back. That was the look of a man who had just discovered the truth about his so-called brothers. You see, WWE wants you to believe that Roman's return was planned, that he was ready to come back and reform the Shield one more time. But here's what they're not telling you: Roman found out about the new Shield 3 weeks before WrestlePalooza. That's right, while he was dealing with personal issues, while he was away from the ring, Seth Rollins and a mystery third member were already planning to replace him. And who is this mystery third member? This is where it gets really sick, people. It's someone who's been in Roman's inner circle this entire time, someone who's been feeding information to Rollins, someone who Roman trusted more than his own family. The reveal is so shocking that when it happens, and it will happen, it's going to split the WWE Universe right down the middle. But let's talk about Seth Rollins for a minute, because Monday Night Messiah has been playing the long game here, and it's absolutely disgusting. While Roman was away, Seth wasn't just building his own career, he was systematically destroying Roman's legacy. Every interview where Seth talked about carrying the company, every time he mentioned being the leader the Shield always needed, he was planting seeds for this betrayal. And the evidence? Oh, we've got mountains of evidence. Go back and watch Seth's promos from the last 6 months. Count how many times he mentions Roman versus how many times he talks about himself. Look at his body language during those Shield Brothers Forever segments. The man was practically laughing at us. He knew what was coming, and he was enjoying every second of watching fans believe in a brotherhood that he had already decided to destroy. But Seth didn't do this alone, and this is where the story gets absolutely insane. The third member of this new Shield isn't just anyone, it's someone who's been positioned as Roman's supporter, someone who's been getting major pushes, someone who WWE has been building up while we weren't paying attention. And when you find out who it is, you're going to feel sick to your stomach because the clues have been there all along. Remember when Roman first went away and there were all those rumors about backstage politics? Remember how certain wrestlers suddenly started getting better booking? Remember how some people seemed way too comfortable with Roman being gone? Those weren't coincidences. That was phase 1 of the plan to push Roman out and install a new power structure. And here's the part that's going to make you absolutely furious: Vince McMahon knew. The old man knew about this conspiracy from day one, and not only did he allow it to happen, he encouraged it. Why? Because Roman's popularity was becoming a problem for WWE's long-term plans. They needed a way to reset his character without making him look weak, so they orchestrated this entire scenario. Think about it logically: why would Roman come back at WrestlePalooza specifically? Why not SummerSlam? Why not the Royal Rumble? Because WrestlePalooza was where the new Shield was supposed to make their debut. Roman wasn't supposed to be there. His appearance wasn't a triumphant return, it was him crashing his own replacement ceremony. And the look on Seth's face when Roman's music hit? That wasn't surprise, that was panic. Because Seth thought he had more time to complete the transition. He thought Roman would stay away longer, maybe even retire quietly. But Roman found out about the plan, and he decided to expose it in the most public way possible. But here's where it gets even more twisted: the mystery third member of this new Shield. They're not just betraying Roman, they're betraying everything the Shield represented. This person has been planted in WWE's system for years, waiting for the right moment to strike. They've been building relationships, gaining trust, positioning themselves as the future of the company while secretly working to destroy the legacy of the most successful faction in modern WWE history. And the worst part? This betrayal goes all the way to the top. We're not just talking about wrestlers here, we're talking about executives, producers, maybe even board members who decided that Roman Reigns had become too powerful, too independent, too much of a threat to their vision of what WWE should be. The evidence is overwhelming when you know where to look. Check the merchandise sales data from the last 6 months, see how certain wrestlers' gear started outselling Roman's even when he was still active. Look at the social media engagement numbers. Examine the contract negotiations that were happening behind closed doors. It all points to a systematic effort to phase Roman out and replace him with more manageable stars. But Roman isn't going down without a fight, and what he's planning to do about this betrayal is going to shake WWE to its foundation. Because he's not just coming back to reclaim his spot, he's coming back to expose everyone who was involved in this conspiracy. And when he starts naming names, when he starts revealing the secret meetings and the backroom deals and the promises that were made, it's going to be the biggest scandal in WWE history. And you want to know the most infuriating part of all this? We, the fans, were used as pawns in this entire scheme. Every time we chanted Roman sucks, every time we booed him, every time we demanded change, we were unknowingly helping them justify this betrayal. They used our criticism as cover for their manipulation. The new Shield members thought they were so clever, positioning themselves as the people's choice while secretly working to destroy the man who built the foundation they're standing on. But they made one crucial mistake: they underestimated Roman's intelligence and his network of loyal allies within the company. Because while Seth and his mystery partner were plotting their takeover, Roman was building his own counter-strategy. He's been documenting everything. Every conversation, every meeting, every promise that was broken. And when he releases that information, and sources close to the situation say it's coming very soon, it's going to expose corruption at the highest levels of WWE. But the betrayal goes even deeper than we initially thought. This isn't just about replacing Roman in the Shield, it's about rewriting the entire history of the faction. They want to position Seth as the real leader who was held back by Roman's ego. They want to paint Roman as the problem, the cancer that needed to be cut out for the Shield to reach its true potential. And the sickest part? They're using Roman's real-life struggles, his time away from the ring, as ammunition for their narrative. They're trying to paint him as unreliable, as someone who abandoned his teammates when they needed him most. It's character assassination at the highest level, and it's disgusting. But here's what they didn't count on: Roman's return isn't just a comeback, it's a declaration of war. He's not coming back to play nice or to forgive and forget. He's coming back to systematically destroy everyone who betrayed him. And he's going to do it in the most public, most humiliating way possible. The mystery third member of this new Shield is about to have their world turned upside down, because Roman knows exactly who they are, and he's got evidence that will destroy their career. And when that evidence comes to light, when WWE fans see how deep this conspiracy goes, there's going to be a reckoning unlike anything we've ever seen. So buckle up, wrestling fans, because what you witnessed at WrestlePalooza was just the opening shot in a war that's going to tear WWE apart from the inside. Roman Reigns isn't just fighting for his spot in the Shield, he's fighting for his legacy, his family's honor, and the truth about what really happens when the cameras stop rolling. And if you think this revelation is shocking, wait until you hear what Roman's planning to reveal next week. Because this story is just getting started, and the bombshells that are coming are going to change everything you thought you knew about your favorite wrestlers, your favorite storylines, and the company you love. The Shield is dead, long live the real Shield, and Roman Reigns is going to make sure everyone knows the truth about who killed it and why. The war for WWE's soul has begun, and there are no rules, no allies, and no mercy for those who chose the wrong side. This is the beginning of the end for some of WWE's biggest stars, and the rise of a Roman Reigns who's angrier, smarter, and more dangerous than we've ever seen him before. The tribal chief is back, and he's bringing justice with him.